Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the show Three's Company. Now if you are new to the channel, welcome. But if you aren't, and if you've been here before, you've probably seen my last video where I covered a lot of things Three's Company, including John Ritter's flash, the infamous flash that he had, as well as the special cameo by his son that many people don't know about. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about Suzanne Somers. More specifically, I'm going to get into the details of the theme song video, or that is the beginning theme song of Three's Company. Now, there were three different versions, one that mostly dealt with just the apartment, Jack, Janet, Chrissy, the Ropers, in the Santa Monica area, as well as looking at some shenanigans here and there. But then later on, we see them at the Santa Monica Pier with that different opening. And then finally, the last one is at the Los Angeles Zoo. Now, I've covered the Los Angeles Zoo one before, but in this one, we're gonna look at the beginning with the introduction of John Ritter as, of course, Jack Tripper. And we see that he's riding on a bike and a woman walks right by him, of course, a beautiful woman, and he gets a little bit distracted. I mean, who else would it? And he falls. That was all scripted and planned and done very well. But who is that woman? That woman that we never see her face? Well, I need to talk a little bit about her and how this scene was actually filmed, how it came about. It was a bit frantic with Three's Company because they had 6 scripts that they were shooting rapidly, all in a short length of time. They needed to shoot fairly quickly, that is, a beginning theme song, which I'll probably talk about in another episode, but the actual video that went along with the theme song. So they had little time to spare, they were kind of right on the clock, they didn't want to spend much money, and they had no storyboards to guide them about what's to do in regards to this filming. So they got John, Joyce, and Suzanne and accompanied the director to the oceanfront walk on Venice Beach, and this happened one February afternoon. Now the crew came as well, and they had already taped a good amount of footage from people sunbathing, as well as Chrissy, who was accidentally getting wet while Janet was watering her plants from inside the apartment. So they got those shots that they needed. That's incidentally why they decided to make Janet a florist, which is a pretty cool fact. So they did a little bit of quick brainstorming, and it was decided that Jack Tripper would fall off his bike. They had the script supervisor, Carol Summers, going back to her apartment in Santa Monica to use her own bike. Remember, they were trying to save money as well. And this was, in case you guys and gals know bikes, it was an orange men's 10-speed. But the only question they had is, who would be the sexy brunette who made Jack Tripper fall? Well, this comes directly from John Ritter. That brunette is Suzanne Somers with the wig. You can actually tell by her little Suzanne buns. That's the wording he used, little Suzanne buns. Now, according to one of the head honchos of Three's Company, who was in charge of production, he said that Suzanne Somers' shapeliness made her the perfect candidate to be used for this opening shot. Now, they told the costume designer to run and find a wig, anything that looked unlike Suzanne, that would obviously create that illusion that it was a completely different person. Now, my main question is, if you look at this woman from behind, could you tell it's Suzanne Somers? Do you think it's obvious, or is it something that just through knowing this cool fact that it becomes more obvious now? Is it something that you can now never unsee? It's one of those interesting little tidbits that only true Three's Company's fans will know about. Now you can tell everyone, your family and your friends. We'll see you next time, guys and gals. What do you think about this? Did they choose the right woman? Should they have used Suzanne Somers? Maybe they should have used Janet. I don't know, but I think it was a pretty interesting factoid. We'll see you next time, guys and gals. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you so much to all my supporters on Patreon, especially my Diamond tier patrons: Tommy G, Citizen Kane 359, Grace U, Sally N, David D, and Ricky. You can find exclusive content on Patreon at different tiers. Go ahead and check it out, and thank you so much.